Alright, I'll send this statement that was written by Sikh Federation UK. So what I wanted to do was read out to you guys and also then express why I respectfully disagree with it. So yeah, I'll start by actually reading the statement out in full. So quote, does the 1925 Act cover the Akaal Takht? The Sikh Gurdwaras Act of 1925 was introduced by the British government to transfer control of Gurdwaras from hereditary Mahants to community management under the Shromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee (SGPC). Since the SGPC was established solely to manage historical Gurdwaras in Punjab, other states like Haryana and Delhi have formed their own SGPCs by legally and politically challenging its jurisdiction. While the Act provided democratic oversight for Gurdwaras, a crucial question remains: does it extend to the Akaal Takht? Unlike a Gurdwara, the Akaal Takht is the highest Sikh authority. It actually isn't, but I'll explain that in a bit. But anyway, making decisions for the Panth and issuing hukamnamas, religious decrees. Established by Guru Har Gobind Ji in 1606, it has historically functioned independently of any governing body. The 1925 Act does not explicitly place the Akaal Takht under SGPC control. It governs Sikh Gurdwaras, but does not clarify whether Takht Sikhs of power are included. This raises a crucial question: is the Akaal Takht merely a Gurdwara, or is it a distinct religious political institution? Many Sikhs, especially in the diaspora, argue that the Act was intended for Gurdwaras, not leadership institutions like the Akaal Takht. Claiming Sikh sovereignty. As the Akaal Takht is not covered by the Act for reasons explained earlier, then SGPC has no authority to appoint or remove its Jathedar. Before 1925, the Jathedar was chosen by the Sikh Panth through Sabbath Khalsa, not a committee. Many believe this traditional system should be reinstated, ensuring the Jathedar answers only to the Sikh community, not a political body like the SGPC. What can Sikhs do? If SGPC's authority over the Akaal Takht is invalid, the Sikh community must act. Viable solutions include holding a Sabbath Khalsa to democratically select a Jathedar, forming an independent Sikh religious council of Takht-related matters, launching an international awareness campaign to challenge SGPC control over the Akaal Takht. A call to action. The Akaal Takht is the heart of Sikh sovereignty. If Sikhs want self-governance and freedom from political interference, it is time to question, discuss and act. The future of Sikh leadership depends on it. So yeah, that was their statement, and here is why I disagree with it. So the first thing that should be made clear is that the Akaal Takht is not the highest Sikh authority, and never has been. As per my understanding, authority in the Sikh Panth has always been with the Guru, hence the whole point of having a Guru. The Akaal Takht was just a residence for the Guru to conduct affairs, the same way how a court or throne would be the seat of any monarch. Guru Har Gobind Sahib made a political statement by replicating the stature of emperors, and even going one step further by establishing his Takht higher than the one present in Delhi at the time. But if the Guru was not present there, the same way if a monarch leaves their throne or palace, it does not mean they are no longer in charge and whoever stays in the palace is. That would be ridiculous. Later Gurus, after Guru Har Gobind Sahib, did not utilize Akaal Takht much at all. Guru Tegh Bahadur was refused entry by the Minas, and Guru Gobind Singh never once stepped foot in Amritsar, let alone the Akaal Takht. Yet, if you ask most Sikhs who or where was the highest Sikh authority in both those cases, they would say wherever the Guru was. So if the Guru is the authority, then ask yourself, is the Guru gone? No. Guru Gobind Singh decentralized the Guru Gandhi and vested it in both the Guru Granth Sahib and the Guru Khalsa Panth. Instead of a centralized authority, each Singh, provided they internalize the Shabad, is a self-autonomous sovereign in their own right. With such a status, wherever a Khalsa stands is a Takht. Through this understanding, the Akaal Takht post-human Guru times just acts as a meeting place for the Khalsa to come together and coordinate activity, make strategy decisions and perhaps arbitrate any disputes. But if that location was not available, just as it was not during the time of Masarangar, then the Khalsa simply used other places. This should be the basics of Sikhi. Attempts to centralize power and authority in a single location or group, who then feel like they can issue mandates to the whole Khalsa, and even Sikhs more broadly, and yes, there is a distinction, is in my view a complete misunderstanding of the conclusion of the Gursikhi project Guru Nanak started and cultivated for over 200 years. The Gurus came to empower their Sikhs and raise them to the status of kings, and even the same status as them. But now people are going backwards, trying to recreate centralized clerical hierarchies that in my view go against the hukum of Guru Gobind Singh to establish the Khalsa as Guru. Not only is this weird attempt at Sikh Catholicism misguided, but it is an insult to the legacy of the Gurus, and so I oppose it vehemently on these grounds. The Khalsa and Sikh Panth does not require any Sikh version of a Pope or Vatican. That is not the way I understood the mission of Sikhi. No one, not even a Singh, can give mandates to another Singh without their consent. They can only ever make a suggestion. Otherwise, it would be a direct violation of the autonomy and sovereignty vested in each member of the Khalsa. It is up to each Khalsa independently to consider the suggestions of their brothers and use their Vivek Buddhi, informed and shaped by Gurmat, to determine whether they accept, reject, or adapt it. So striving for true Gurmat sovereignty, in my opinion, would be to make the above true. Right now, two of the biggest counterfactuals are that Khalsa Panthis internationally are forced to pay taxes, and paying them to Sikhs instead is not a solution. Taxes, unlike the Swand, are universally a nishani of Gulami. And the second counterfactual are that others are speaking on behalf of the whole Khalsa Panth. Yet, I never hear any complaints from Sikh organisations about the former. In some cases, taxes are promoted. And as for the latter, Sikh organisations themselves contribute to this problem by talking on all of our behalf and never clarifying their statements as their own opinions and not representative of all Sikhs, let alone all Khalsa Panthis. The posturing of the Akaal Takht and groups who are clawing for supremacy there is frankly disgusting. I personally do not care for the SGPC, Damdami Taksal, Khalistanis, or even Buddha who controls the Akaal Takht. If that space cannot be used for independent Khalsa members or missals to congregate and discuss matters, then that space is absolutely useless outside of a historical heritage site for tourism, and Karseve Babbe are not helping there either. Neither do any of these groups have the right to tell me or any other member of the Khalsa what to do. I am my own Jathedar, and I am a Sikh of the Guru, not anyone else. All anyone else can be is guidance, not gospel. All of these groups, including anyone claiming to be a Panthic organisation, should speak on their own behalf only and offer just suggestions for others to consider. This is why Bunga Azaadi never speaks on behalf of all Sikhs or the Khalsa, because it would be antithetical to do so. All we do is express our opinion, present our research, and provide a platform for others to share their vijars as well, and then open up to debate and discourse on any of our outputs. Everything is up for debate. Therefore, after assessing this statement by Sikh Federation UK, I appreciate their suggestions, but I respectfully disagree and will not be adhering to it. However, the call to actions they proposed does stand out on its own grounds, and I believe I have satisfied part of that call to action with this post by questioning their stances and the role of the Akaal Takht traditionally and today, and have done another vijad on it if anyone else is interested. To further satisfy the call to action, I invite them and the wider Sangha to discuss with me anything I have stated here, and have acted to provide the platform to do so via our Bunga Azaadi Discord server. To summarise and to humbly offer an alternative call to action, I question the validity of the Akaal Takht as any form of legitimate Sikh authority today, or even in our Itihas. I question the need to obsess over it, and I implore my fellow Khalsa to stop wasting so much time and energy on it. If you want sovereignty, then form missals, coordinate with each other wherever you are in the world, set up new Takhts in your localities to serve as Khalsa political buildings, embassies and forward operating bases, and make real progress in attaining self-autonomy and freedom for yourselves and your fellow humans. Do not distract yourselves with pursuits to attain illusions of sovereignty. Study what Azaadi really means. Bunga Azaadi is open for such vijars, and we have plenty of seva for you to take part in to help us do our part at forging the foundations for the next generation of Sikh statecrafters. Wherever Singhs or Kaurs can come together and discuss is fine. If you want a meeting place, there are plenty available. Use your local gurdwara, homes and even restaurants will do. You can just do Zoom calls as well. We shouldn't care so much where or how you do the meeting, or even if who attends. Whoever wants to work on a particular project, form a coalition and just do it. Your mission may even include securing the Akaal Takht as a meeting place, but don't posture as if you're acting on behalf of all Sikhs. You're only ever acting on your own behalf, and the legitimacy of your actions will reside in your results, the same way how it did with Bhai Sukha Singh and Bhai Madhab Singh. Additionally, don't use the lack of availability to conduct meetings at the Akaal Takht as an excuse not to do work or delay other tasks. There is plenty to do, and can be done, without the Akaal Takht. In fact, by doing those things, you may be in a far better position to achieve later goals by achieving other ones first. Now, I personally don't have much time for Panthic orgs anymore, unless they are genuine and make the effort to reciprocate. But if you as an independent member of the Sangat or Guru Khalsa Panth who, like myself, has primary allegiance to the Guru only and recognises your status as part of that Guru, and wants to work with us to progress towards real Khalsa Raj, then reach out. Let's work together. Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.